Magandang buhay! Welcome back to Teacher Regz channel. In today's video, I am going to share the new Rpms-Ppst tool for the Proficient teachers in the time of COVID-19 for school year 2021-2022. The Department of Education issues DepED Memorandum Number 004 Series of 2022, or the Implementation of the Results-Based Performance Management System Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, or the Rpms-Ppst for school year 2021-2022. You may access the tools in the Google Drive link posted in the Facebook page of the Bureau of Human Resource and Organizational Development. The link shall only be accessed using your DepED email address. First, we have the KRA1, which focused on the content, knowledge, and pedagogy. Under the KRA1 is Objective 1, which is applied knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching areas. Objective 1 is our indicator number 1 in our classroom observation tool or COT rating sheet. The means of verification in this objective are COT1 and COT2 or the Inter-Observer Agreement form. So for this objective, 2 MOVs are required for the entire school year. So, dito sa Objective 1, just attach your COT1 or your COT rating sheet 1 and COT2. Also under KRA1 is the Objective number 2, which is use research-based knowledge and principles of teaching and learning to enhance professional practice. So for this objective, the means of verification is only one. So provide or prepare only one lesson plan with annotations identifying the research-based knowledge and or principles of teaching and learning used as basis for planning or designing the lesson. So just attach your lesson plan here as your means of verification with annotations. Objective 3 is also under KRA1, displayed proficient use of mother tongue, Filipino and English to facilitate teaching and learning. The Objective 3 is the indicator number 2 in the COT rating sheet. For this objective, 2 MOVs are required for the entire school year. So attach your COT1 here at COT2 naman dito. Next is Objective 4 under KRA1. Used effective verbal and non-verbal classroom communication strategies to support learner understanding, participation, engagement, and achievement. The Objective 4 of the RPMS tool is the indicator number 3 of our COT rating sheet. So for this objective, the means of verification is the 2 COT rating sheet or the Inter-Observer Agreement. So just attach your COT1 here and then COT2 in the next page. Next is the KRA2, which focus on the learning environment. And the objective under KRA2 is Objective 5. Establish safe and secure learning environments to enhance learning through the consistent implementation of policies, guidelines, and procedures. For this objective, the COT rating sheet is needed, your COT1 and COT2. Next is Objective 6 under the KRA2. Maintained learning environments that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage learning. This Objective 6 is our indicator number 5 in our COT rating sheet. Same MOVs are needed in Objective 6, your COT1 and COT2. Let's proceed to Objective 7 under KRA 2 and our indicator number 6 in COT rating sheet. Maintain learning environments that nurture and inspire learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate in continued learning. In Objective 7, there are two sets of means of verification. So, you're going to choose between Set A or Set B of MOVs. If you choose Set A, so you're going to prepare two supplementary material in print or in digital format that highlights maintaining learning environments that nurture and inspire learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate in continued learning, with learners' feedback on how the material encourage learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate. Examples of Set A MOVs are activity sheets, one lesson from a self-learning module or SLM, lesson plan, like for example DLP, DLL, WHLP, WLP, WLL, or lesson exemplars, video lesson, audio lesson, and other materials in print or in digital format. A, just choose two supplementary material. So you can choose activity sheet or a lesson plan. And if you choose Set B, MOVs, just attach your COT1 and your COT2. So here, gumawa na rin ako ng mga pages for your MOVs. So kung pinili mo yung Set A, meron ako ditong Set A MOVs. So activity sheet, one lesson, lesson plan, video lesson, audio lesson, and other learning material, whether in print or in digital format. So we have also the page for your MOVs for Set B. So for your COT1 and your COT2. Objective 8 under KRA 2 and indicator number 7 in our COT rating sheet. There are two sets of MOVs in Objective 8, the Set A and the Set B. Set A MOVs are the same list of supplementary materials mentioned in Objective 7, but make sure that the supplementary materials that you are going to attach in your Objective 8 highlights a range of strategies that maintain learning environments that motivate learners to work productively by assuming responsibility for their own learning. Just choose only two supplementary materials. And if you choose to use Set B MOVs, just attach your COT1 and your COT2. Next, we have the KRA 3, which focus on diversity of learners, curriculum and planning, and assessment and reporting. Under the KRA 3 is Objective 9, which is the indicator number 8 in our COT rating sheet. Objective 9 designed, adopted, and implemented teaching strategies that are responsive to learners with disabilities, giftedness, and talents. There are two sets of MOVs. Just choose between Set A and Set B. Set A MOVs, just attach your COT1 and your COT2. Set B, attach two teacher reflection form or TRF, which can be downloaded from the RPMS package. So just choose kung anong MOV ang gagamitin mo, kung Set A po ba na MOVs. So kung kapag Set A, dalawang COT lang kailangan. Kung Set B naman ang pipiliin mo na MOVs, attach two teacher reflection form. So if you choose Set B, attach your TRF or your reflection form on designing, adapting, or implementing teaching strategies that are responsive to learners with disabilities, giftedness, and talents, and a certification from your school head that your class have no identified learners with disabilities, giftedness, or talents. Objective 10 under KRA 3 and indicator number 9 in our COT rating sheet. For this objective, two MOVs are needed. Just choose between Set A or Set B. In Set A, just attach your COT1 and your COT2. And if you choose set B, attach two teacher reflection form. So here, I already attached the two TRF or teacher reflection form for this objective. Just write your reflection, and the second TRF, just design a lesson plan for your class that integrates aspects of indigenous people, culture, and attach your annotations. Objective 11, still under KRA 3, adopted and implemented learning programs that ensure relevance and responsiveness to the needs of all learners. For this objective, the learning programs are organized and sequenced set of strategies, activities, and tasks that affect learning that may include but not limited to literacy programs, numeracy programs, strategic intervention materials or SIM, enrichment programs, remediation programs. Here are the list of MOVs that you can choose to use for this objective. MOV 1, Proof of Evaluation on the Implementation of the Adapted or Contextualized Learning Program. MOV 2, Progress Report on the Implementation of the Adapted or Contextualized Learning Program. MOV 3, Accomplishment, Completion, or Technical Report on the Implementation of an Adapted or Contextualized Learning Program. And MOV 4, Action Plan or Activity Proposal, activity matrix that shows an adapted or contextualized learning program. For this objective, a group of teachers or an entire school may collaborate on a learning program. The implementer themselves may also evaluate the effectiveness of their adapted or implemented learning program. So just choose only one MOV in this objective. Objective 12. Utilize assessment data to inform the modification of teaching and learning practices and programs. For this objective, the MOV is a list of identified or most mastered skills based on the frequency of errors or correct responses with any of the following supporting MOV. You can attach MOV 1, which is accomplishment report for remedial or enhancement activities, or MOV 2, intervention material used for remediation, reinforcement, or enhancement. Or you can also attach MOV 3, a lesson plan or activity log for remediation or enhancement utilizing of assessment data to modify teaching and learning practices or programs. So just choose only one MOV in this objective. Next, we have the KRA 4, which focused on the community linkages and professional engagement and personal growth and professional development. Under the KRA 4 is Objective 13, maintained learning environments that are responsive to community contexts. This objective refers to the classroom and school programs, projects, and activities that enrich the learning environment and the wider school community engagement in the educative process. A group of teachers or even the entire school may collaborate on a classroom, school program, projects, or activity. And the list of means of verification are MOV 1, or you can attach the MOV 1, which is accomplishment report of a program, project, or activity that maintains a learning environment. Or you can also use the MOV 2, which is the program, project, or activity plan on maintaining a learning environment. MOV 3, minutes of consultative meeting or community stakeholders meeting about a program, project, or activity that maintains a learning environment with proof of attendance. Or you can attach MOV 4, which is the communication letter about a program, project, or activity that maintains a learning environment. Just choose only one MOV in this objective. So under KRA 4 is Objective 14, reviewed regularly personal teaching practice using existing laws and regulations that apply to the teaching profession and the responsibilities specified in the Code of Ethics of Professional Teachers. So the list of means of verification in Objective 14 are annotative video or audio recording of one's teaching that shows impact of regularly reviewing one's teaching practice or practices. The video or the audio recordings and teaching material should be made by the ratee and annotated based on how the use in the classroom shows impact of regularly viewing on one's teaching practices. Or you can attach MOV2, which is annotated teaching material that shows impact of regularly reviewing one's teaching practices. So, like for example, the lesson plan, activity sheet, assessment materials, or others. And you can also use MOV3, personal reflection notes, as outputs from participation and review of personal teaching practices in 4 quarters. And we have also the MOV4, which is the proof of attendance with date and LAC session or coaching and mentoring sessions for review of personal teaching practices. Just choose only one MOV in Objective 14. We have also the Objective 15, which is under the KRA4, complied with and implemented school policies and procedures consistently to foster harmonious relationships with learners, parents, and other stakeholders. The means of verifications that you can use or attach in Objective 15 are MOV1, proof of participation, involvement in a school-community partnership for the implementation of a school policy or procedure. Example, certificate as a committee member and a narrative report. MOV2, minutes of parent-teacher conference or stakeholders meeting about an implemented school policy or procedure with proof of attendance. Or you can also attach the MOV3, the communication letter about an implemented school policy or procedure sent to parent or guardian. So in this objective, just choose or attach one MOV in Objective 15. Objective 16 under KRA4 applied a personal philosophy of teaching that is learner-centered. The means of verification in Objective 16 is one lesson plan with annotations explaining the application of a learner-centered teaching philosophy. So example, constructivism or existentialism, used as basis for planning or designing the lesson. So attach here your lesson plan with annotations. So under KRA4 is Objective 17, adopted practices that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting qualities such as caring, attitude, respect, and integrity. The means of verification in Objective 17, first, documented feedback from superiors, colleagues, learners, parents, or guardian, or other stakeholders directly reflecting the ratee's good practices that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession. Or you can also attach MOV2, which is the annotated evidence of practice indirectly linking to the upholding of the dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting qualities such as caring attitude, respect, and integrity. So you can use a screenshot of text, message, chat, email, or any form of communication with parents or guardian or learners. So name or any identifier, remove. So takpan lang yung name ng sender. Or you can also attach the remarks from mentor, master teacher, or school head about one's qualities. And you can also use recognition from the school or school community about your qualities. Just choose only one MOV for objective number 17. Last objective for KRA4. So objective 18, set professional development goals based on the Philippine professional standards for teachers. The means of verifications are or choose only one MOV in Objective 18. So you can attach updated IPCRF development plan from phase 2, or MOV2, which is the media review form, or the MRF, or MOV3, the IPCRF DP, and MOV4, certification from the ICT coordinator, school head, or focal person in charge of ESAT. So just choose only one means of verification in Objective 18. And lastly, the KRA5, the plus factor. So under the KRA5 is the Objective 19. Performed various related works or activities that contribute to the teaching-learning process. So the list or the following means of verification that you can attach in Objective 19 are: any proof of committee involvement, second, advisorship or co-curricular activities, third, book or journal authorship or contributorship, or you can also attach coordinatorship or chairpersonship, or coaching and mentoring learners in competitions. You can also attach serving as a reliever of classes in the absence of teachers. You can also use mentoring pre-service teachers, or participation in demonstration teaching, or attach participation as technical working group members. So in Objective 19, just attach one MOV only. So I hope it could be a help to other teachers and to you in understanding the performance of objectives to be used in school year 2021 to 2022 and in determining the acceptable means of verification or MOV for each indicator. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment your DepED email for the soft copy of this portfolio.